So hello everyone, what was my review of Golden Kamuy episode 13, or just in episode 1 to 2 then, but I'm just gonna call it like episode 13, 14, right? It's been a short break, second encore in the same year, let's just go with that. Skinny fashion show, oh god, I'm happy this anime is back. It is still crazy as I remember it, it's even worse in a way. It's so hilarious and it's so morbid and the comedy is just wicked, right? It's just, my god, this anime. So we had like what, 4 or 5 minutes of skinning fashion show. A lot of the big elephant thing is like, yeah, look at this skin. Overall, with the talent like, look at my suit. I'm also wearing a skin suit. You're a skin lover. Oh my god, it's so crazy. But anyway, I really liked it in many aspects. I mean, the comments on this as well. But also that, again, one thing I really liked with Golden Kamuy, my last season now, right, is that how the bad guys are really, really competent. The bad guys are really, really good at what they're doing, right? Of course, the heroes are still not dead and so on, but they have plot armor, yeah. So, I mean, normally in a lot of shows, the good guys have, you know, immense plot armor, right? Or, like, they have plot armor plus the bad guys are kind of stupid, right? They kind of do stupid stuff. You feel like, well, why can't you just kill them? Yeah, I mean, a big issue, right, with, I think most, I don't say most storylines ever done, not all, but many shows. Not anime, but like TV shows, you know, movies. Actually, I would say anime is better, much better than most TV shows, yeah, and most movies, right? To be fair, anime is much better, but still, though, it's a lot of issues, right, with the bad guys. It's like, okay, this guy's like an idiot. Why can't they just shoot that guy or do this thing, or like, it's just so easy for him to win this bad guy, right? Yeah. That's a very common trope, right? Where the bad guy is so incompetent, or the henchman is incompetent and so on. And a problem with that, a lot of problems with it, but a major problem is the bad guys are like, how can this guy be the leader of this army? Or, you know, be the king of this thing or whatever, which he earned? He wasn't like the born prince. I think, for example, one reason why a lot of people like, you know, Game of Thrones was like Game of Thrones. It's because it's Prince in that show. He is a really bad douchebag, right? But and you don't respect him and so on. But he's a born prince, so you know he's like spoiling God. It makes it even more frustrating like that. But that makes sense, right? And people don't hate on him as a plot hole because it's like no, because he's a born prince. But in this anime, it's good, right? That's what I mean. Golden Kamuy, yeah. Golden Kamuy, this military leader, yeah, he's actually good what he's doing, right? So he is the leader of the army, or the big army, but leader of this army, and he is actually really competent, like every episode him, he's like really good, like he knows what's behind him, you know, this thing, he can manipulate him, like everything he does is really, really good, right? So you don't question why he's the leader of the army, because he's actually really good at being the leader of the army. So you're like, yeah, this guy deserves to be the leader. That's one of the major things I love with Golden Kamuy, that all the bad guys are like really, really good at being bad guys. Yeah, all of them have this. You feel like these guys are, you know, they are all the leaders of their, you know, they're kind of numerous group of bad people. Yeah, and you feel like, man, yeah, it makes sense. So that's so good in Golden Kamuy. I'm so happy with that. Because otherwise, usually the bad guys in most shows, right, are just incompetent, yeah. And again, then it's also really weird how they, like, especially if the military guys, because they have to earn the ranks, right, in some way at least. Even if, I mean, sure, in history, most like you have to be like a noble birth to kind of be a certain rank. But even that rank, you have to, you know, earn the general spot and so on, right? And it's like, but how could you earn that? But it's so incompetent, yeah. And of course, in history, there have been a few people here every now and then that has managed to get positions. You probably work so, you know, yeah, of course there are, but generally, especially as the bad guys, nah, it doesn't really make any sense. But in Golden Kamuy, right, if you look at this guy, and I really like that scene. Not only that he knows he's behind him, he's like, oh, you wanna shoot me? Why? I'm a skin guy. Yeah. He knows, he's very aware of like, okay, this guy's here. He's also aware this guy is cray with the skin thing. He's like, oh, your mom is a puppet, you textomized. Instead of being like, oh, this guy is crazy, he's aware of that this guy is crazy, right? He's like, oh yeah, I said why, yeah. He's just like calm, like, okay. I see. So your mom cross-eyed you. Why don't you shoot your mom? Get some revenge, boy. Yeah, he just knows that. I love that. He's just so calm and collected there. That's a great scene generally as a bad guy. And of course, the I like the most with him in this episode, and I love this character so much. And what I like the most is of course that he's like, let's make these fake skins. So the whole premise, he goes there because this guy knows about skinning, so he teaches him how to skin better people. Right? This is good for him. But also it's like, can you make me fake maps of these people, fake skins, so that of course he can use them against the other groups of people that are trying to get the treasure. That is brilliant. So I think that is very, very good episode generally. I mean, in that sense, especially again that the bad guy is so competent, and I just love that. I thought about it probably half a year ago or so in other reviews. Yeah, how I really like how the bad guys are. It's amazing in this anime, and not just on him, right? That's even next scene with the other group. You know, the revenge military. How do they call it? The rebellion. Yeah, major restoration group. Yeah, these people. They're like, you know, I never trust. Like, you don't trust Noborup. I can't. Okay, okay, what's her father's name? It's like nobody. I can't say it. Okay, sorry. It's hard name to pronounce. That's interesting, and but I was thinking when we finally saw her father's face there for the first time, right? It's the first time we finally saw him. I was thinking right away, like, actually, oh yeah, this makes sense. She has blue eyes like me, you know, beautiful blue eyes like I have. Yeah, she has blue eyes, right? Like my scary blue eyes, and I was like, yeah, actually think about it. Japanese people and Irish people probably don't have blue eyes, right? Or they might have, but I mean, like generally, this probably unlikely because blue eyes is a recessive gene. And yes, I took a lot of biology classes, so I so if you have blue eyes, and if you have one pair with blue eyes, another pair with brown eyes, the brown, you know, the genes takes out. It's a dominant gene, it's a recessive gene, so like darker eyes are is picked right there. And for example, if you have blue eyes and green eyes, so your parents have blue and a green eye, that's how you can become like a unit in FF10. And actually have a blue eye and a green eye is actually literally possible to have. It's like a fantasy. That is a possibility because blue eye and green eye looks like the same recessive gene for the DNA. Not exactly the same, but I mean how it coded. So you can actually get one blue and one green eye, and the DNA code is like, it's fine. Yeah, it's like, it seems to be the same thing. They can't distinguish between them, so they're like, let's just do it both. But if you have a blue eye or a brown eye, I mean, in most cases, they give you like blue or brown. They won't give you like blue and brown because that's like it knows that no, this is a recessive gene, this is a dominant gene. I have to pick one of them, yeah. But then again, if you have blue or green eye, you can actually say, it's fine. It's the same thing. So that's actually why you can have blue and green eye. And for that matter, then, for example, if you have blue and the thing is that like I have blue eyes, right? So my kid is gonna have blue eyes, the gene, as a recessive gene. So you might have like a blue, and so one of the chromosome is blue, the other one is brown. The kid has brown eyes, but the kid is a bearer, or has its DNA is carrying the blue eye gene, but you won't see blue eyes, you see brown eyes. But if that kid then, so my grandkids, because they have blue eyes, because that kid is a 50% blue eyes and brown eyes, but you only see the brown eyes. But if that person then, or my kid then, has children with another blue-eyed person, or a person with blue eyes, they can then combine those recessive genes to have blue eyes again. So actually, you should note here. I mean, okay, it's a completely off topic here. Not really, but my point is that like to have blue eyes is really low chance in Japan, because Japanese people, also the Ainu, I suppose, have like double brown eyes DNA. That's how, or black, whatever it's all right. Yeah, but darker eyes. So that's how you can see it, right? So if you have if both your parent has brown eyes, chance of having blue eyes is really low, because it means that both of them can still have, though. Both your parent might have recessive blue eye genes, and so there's a quarter chance that 1 in 4 to have blue eyes, because they can both give you the recessive gene. So one parent here, that means you have double. Because what you need to have is you need to have double recessive gene to see the recessive trait. That's how it works in DNA. So you have to have both your parents having the recessive gene of blue eyes, then which is covered by the brown eyes. You can still have blue eyes. So for example, if I have blue eyes then with a woman that's brown eyes, right? She has to have like a recessive gene herself. That is what if she has a recessive gene of blue and brown eye, our children is 50% chance of having blue eyes, because she can either give a brown or a blue eye. I can only give blue. I mean, my eyes are blue, right? So I can only give blue eyes. My DNA is only having blue and blue, so I can only give blue, because it's 50% chance what you give away, right? Yeah, so I can only give blue, but she can give blue and brown. But if she's only brown eyes, no recessive gene, she can actually only give brown. Then the kids have blue and brown, and X becomes brown. That's how it works. Bad, I'm tired, whatever, bad explanation. But basically, for her to have blue eyes, that's a really low chance, except for her parent also has blue eyes, right? Because it's like a 50% chance to yeah. So, yeah, the chance of having her in blue eyes is really low. So as soon as her father was like, well, he has blue eyes, he said, you have blue eyes like me, honey. Yeah, like my eyes, we have the same eyes. I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense actually. He has to be pretty much from Russia, or like Russia, Scandinavia. These are actually very far in between, I know, but that kind of people, right? Scandinavia, right? Because blue eyes is very uncommon in East Asia, but it's common in Russia and common in Scandinavia. So that's that actually makes a lot of sense. Because otherwise, her crystal blue eyes is very low chance of having in Japan, right? So it's like, actually, she's probably half Japanese or half Ainu, as he mentions. Like, it makes perfect sense. Should have been able to figure it out earlier. That's my point. You should be able to figure it out earlier. When you watch anime in the beginning and she has like crystal blue eyes, you should be like, wait, do Ainu people have blue eyes? that should have been like a point to it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's how it is, right? Sorry for the long delay. I like DNA. It's a funny topic. But normally you'll have, if you have two brown parents, you neither have recessive gene. But that being said, though, you can have you can have two parents with brown eyes. One of them could have recessive blue genes, for that matter. One doesn't have that. That means that your parent can give you the recessive blue gene over whatever green and so on, blue and green and so on. Blue and green are both, as I mentioned, recessive. You can have your parent giving you that gene, right? And the other parent gives you the don't have brown, so you like brown. You are still gonna carry that gene then. So you can actually have let's say 10 generations of people having brown eyes, and the kid still get blue eyes, because it's like, if each parent there of the line gives the recessive blue, blue in secret, also speak, because the other people gives them brown eyes. That's the possibility, and eventually you get down to it, right? And it's like, this kid, the 10th grandchild, or 10th, married this blue-eyed woman, and then the kids have 50% blue eyes. So that is a possibility. It is, because you can keep the gene forever. That's kind of how they usually do it, right? In Dragon Ball and so on, right? Or fighting anime manga. So it's kind of like, Well, it seems to be that your Super Saiyan genes always is 20, has always 50%, eh? Because it's like, if you look at the GT and so on, like, yeah, like the great-grandchildren are still as powerful as Gohan. So they use, like, the Super Saiyan gene is very, very dominant. So if you have a child with a human, your DNA seems to be 50%, and the next kid should be a quarter, but no, it's still 50% because it always gives you the Super Saiyan gene. It just keeps carrying down. And in actuality, that is actually possible in real life, right? It should be like 50% by chance. If you, because yeah, like, it's not actually that if you one Super Saiyan and then, a human, they're gonna have 50-50. That is true. But then the next kid, and then, like Gohan, is gonna have Videl, then Pan is gonna be quarter Saiyan. That's not true, actually. That's how DNA works. That's how it should be. It might be quarter Saiyan, but actually it also might be more Saiyan because Gohan has 50% Saiyan gene, right? 50% human genes. So he can give like any percentage between 1 to 50%, or 0, I guess. Yeah, 0 to 50%. 0 to 50% of either of those, sides, right? Of his gene pool. So it's actually definitely possible in like Dragon Ball that Gohan would give 50% only of his Saiyan genes when he, to Pan. So Pan has like, so Pan is still half. Actually, that's actually how it could work. The chance of that in our reality is like 0, right? It's like absolutely 0, like because it's like 50. The chance of that is just, absolutely, yeah, it just doesn't sit there. Yeah, it's like gigantic. The chance of that is like, I don't know. It's a 50%. It's a 50% coin flip. It's a coin flip on each chromosome, on each step of it. So it's like at least like 44 times up in that. But actually, I think it's like per gene pool, and the gene per chromosome has more steps. They use 1 because you can combine it, I believe. So it's like, I don't know. It's like 1 in like 4,000 coin flips, something like that. So it's like 50% chance up in 4,000 or something like that, yeah. I mean, something like that. So like absurdly low chance, like ridiculously, not even mathematically calculatable to be like 0% from one parent, yeah. But if you have Super Saiyan genes or alien genes, yeah, I'm honestly buying it that characters like in Dragon Ball, whatever other like superhero movies or that the children keeps having like the full power because like yeah, why not? Like that power is obviously a stronger gene thing. So it's probably gonna just carry on, right? Infinity, yeah, like overriding the whatever human side and so on. Probably, so it makes sense. Anyway, I've been ranting about genes now. As always, my reviews are just all over the place, right? I get topics that have nothing to do with that. It's how I work. I love Golden Kamuy. Sorry for the weird DNA stuff, but if you like that, press the like button. You are subscribe, right? Because you never know what I actually talk about. I talk about the anime a bit, and then I jump into some like Dragon Ball and DNA and so on. Blue Eyes, Anyway, hope you liked the video. See you guys next video more Golden Kamuy.